When I say to you great movie trilogies, what comes to mind? Lord of the Rings, the original Star Wars trilogy. Here's one for you, Toy Story. And most people would agree, right? Austin Powers, Spider-Man. It's not even on here. The Star Wars prequels are on here. Forget it. Matt Reeves' Planet of the Apes trilogy has been slept on, and in this video I'm going to tell you why we should give it the respect it deserves. This isn't just a great trilogy, it's essential sci-fi that we should hold up alongside Blade Runner and The Matrix, the original Matrix, like the first movie. Let me make that clear. If you didn't know, the Planet of the Apes franchise started all the way back in 1968, and the original was a sci-fi powerhouse. It wasn't just a box office hit, it was smart, subversive and iconic.
You maniac! You blew it up! God damn you!
But by the 80s, the franchise started to fade away, and for a long time, it stayed that way. Then in 2001, Tim Burton brought it back, or at least he tried to.
Take your stinking hands off me, you damn dirty human!
Burton's Planet of the Apes reboot had an all-star cast, a massive budget.
Do you have any idea who my leading lady is on this film?
In the Tim Burton film, Helena Bonham Carter?
How'd you know?
Stab in the dark.
And one of the most bizarre and confusing endings that you'll probably ever see in a film. Instead of revitalising the franchise, it buried it once again. Some people think you were robbed of a sequel to this film. I think you were saved.
The stress of my modern office has caused me to go into a depression.
Burton's film tries to pull off a twist ending like the original, but instead of clever, it makes no sense. Critics were lukewarm, fans were confused, and for general audiences, they just moved on. So in 2011, nobody was asking for a reboot of Planet of the Apes. It wasn't a sequel, it wasn't a big flashy revival, it was just quietly released and put out into the world.
We call it
The Cure. I want you to start testing on chimps ASAP.
We test one subject. I want to make sure it's stable.
With a title that people kind of rolled their eyes at. The rise of the start of the beginning of the dawn after the sunset of the Planet of the Apes.
Sometimes I'll start a sentence, and I don't even know where it's going. I just hope I find it along the way.
It had no real hype, no A-list stars, take that Franco. I guess it looked like another generic reboot, one that nobody asked for and most people ignored. But if you thought that, you couldn't be more wrong. This was a character-driven story about connection, intelligence and compassion, with a subtle sense of unease developing underneath.
Caesar! You're not a pet.
And then there's that moment, one that shifts the entire tone of the movie. One that makes it undeniably clear that this isn't just another reboot. If you've seen it, you know the moment I'm talking about.
Take your stinking paw off me, you damn dirty ape!
What just happened?
There are certain moments within films that I wish I could go back and experience for the first time. This is one of them. Go watch the full film in its entirety. You'll know the moment I'm talking about and you'll be glad that I didn't spoil it for you. Because after that moment, everything changes. Caesar, once quiet and reserved, begins a transformation that takes place over the entire trilogy. He goes from being a lab experiment to a leader. We meet Caesar and rise as a lab animal, a genetically enhanced chimp raised in a human home caught between two worlds. But Caesar isn't just smart, he's aware. He questions, he adapts, he remembers, you can see it in every glance.
Yeah. Her mother's dead. She was given medicine. That's why you're so smart.
He doesn't rise through violence. He does it through empathy, loyalty and sacrifice. In Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, he's not a rebel anymore. He's a founder, a protector. Caught between diplomacy and war. And the tension is not just between apes and humans, it's also within his own tribe as well. And when we get to War for the Planet of the Apes, Caesar has lost more than most heroes ever do. He's haunted battle scarred, but he never sinks to the level of his adversaries.
You talk about mercy, but what you've done, it was a moment of clarity for me.
So across the trilogy, Caesar transforms not just physically, but philosophically.
I want it to sound smart, but I don't know any big words or anything, so...
From a curious child to a revolutionary leader to a legend. That's the main reason this trilogy works. Another thing that sets this trilogy apart is not just what happens, it's how it happens. Matt Reeves doesn't just direct action, he directs with weight, emotion and restraint. These films breathe, they let moments land, they trust the audience. Some of the most powerful scenes in this trilogy don't have a single line of dialogue. It could be a baby Caesar watching kids play and wondering why he can't be a part of that world. Or a leader broken and consumed with rage. These films speak in stillness, emotion and sorrow, and through that I think they say more than most blockbusters ever could. And if you compare it to some recent blockbusters like, I don't know, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, I do like the MCU, trust me.
Oh shit, here we go again.
There is a scene with MODOK, sacrifices himself, saves the day, and dies with the line,
"And at least I died an Avenger."
And the response, basically,
yeah.
It's played off as a joke and the movie moves on like it never happened. Again, I do like the MCU, but tonally that scene is all over the place. This character has a change of heart, sacrifices himself to save our heroes and save the day, and as he's dying, our main characters are cracking jokes whilst there's emotional music playing, so the audience doesn't really know how to feel. Planet of the Apes doesn't do that. When characters die, it stops. These films don't undercut it with a joke. And when the action does come, it's not just noise, it's personal, it's painful. Every charge, every shot, it means something. Especially in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, when by the end neither Caesar nor the humans he's working with want that conflict to go on, and it could have been prevented. It's almost tragic.
I thought we had a chance.
And this is blockbuster filmmaking at its best. Not because it's loud, but because it's earned. It builds characters you care about, puts them through hell, and when they rise, it hits. And by the end of the trilogy, it's not just about who won or who lost. It's about what it all meant, what Caesar built, and what he left for his people. No cliffhanger, no setup for another sequel, just a definitive end. That's rare, and it's a huge reason why this trilogy stays with you. Most trilogies don't feel like trilogies anymore. They start strong, then they lose steam.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
But this Planet of the Apes trilogy is different. Every movie builds on the last one, not just in scale, but in its themes and its characters and the consequences that they face. So each entry feels distinct. They all shift in tone, pacing and scope, but they never lose focus and they all serve Caesar's arc. And personally, War is my favourite of the three. How rare is it in a trilogy of films that you can say the best one is the last one? But honestly, I think you can make an argument for any one of these films being your favourite of the trilogy, and I would hear you out. And that says a lot about the quality of these films. So like I said, there's no post-credit sequences, no setup for a cinematic universe, just a story that knows where it's going and actually sticks the landing. 3 back-to-back bangers that you can probably get on Netflix or Amazon right now. Personal story time, me and my friend had tickets to go see War for the Planet of the Apes, and my mate watched Rise and Dawn in the morning and then came to the cinema with me to see War at night. That journey took me 7 years, he did it in 7 hours. That could be you, and if it is you, do me a favour, come back to this video and comment below. Let me know if I was right. Do you agree with me? This trilogy is possibly the most underrated trilogy in cinema. And if you're into stories that are way better than they had any right to be, check out my Daredevil video right here. Thanks for watching, give the Apes a chance. I've been Scott of the Dead, subscribe and who knows, you might get another one. See ya!